So you got a double-hulled wigwam structure, insulated in between. They'd dig out the floor and they'd pack it with big rocks, small rocks, clay, hearth fire. They'd have either a split log or a hollow log running out to the air, which you might think is just an air intake for the fire. But if you burn like a dry popple, eventually it turns into a less smoky fire. Pull your smoke flap, it reverses the airflow and acts as a chimney and pulls all the smoke out of your structure. It heats up all those rocks and you have an ambient floor heat system. I got a friend at Lac du Flambeau who built one of these and uses it for an Airbnb. You can go out there when it's 50 degrees below zero and toasty warm. Very clever. People knew stuff. We can't build a building around here that lasts for 40 years, and then you need to have a bonding bill and build something like this. The oldest continually inhabited buildings in all of the United States are at Hopi, Second Mesa. People have been living in the same buildings since the time of Columbus. They knew something about architecture, building materials, and so forth. And there are lots of examples. Nancy Jones is one of the elders from Nigigusiminikaning First Nation in Canada, and she has a great little piece where she talks about you can tell when the bear cubs are born. It's between the middle of January and the end of February, and you can tell because the weather warms up in the middle of the winter, as cold as it is, and there's a fog. And the fog is the breath of the bear, waking up the bear cubs. Well, scientific mind would say, sounds like crap to me. Could you show me the data set on that? Well, lo and behold, there have been a number of studies on bears, including cameras into dens where bears sleep. They do give birth to their cubs in this 6-week variable window, and the weather does warm up, and there's typically a fog on the day that they give birth. Well, that's really interesting. I think a scientific mind would say, well, it's probably some change in barometric pressure which is bringing in the fog and triggering a physiological response in the bears that's telling them that it's time to give birth. I won't even argue that. Here's my question. How did she know? How did she know? Because she didn't know by the scientific method. You've got a hypothesis. You collect some data. This is used to inform your theory, right? Which is tested again and again. She had a different way of knowing, and it was valid and verifiable even by the scientific method. Native people have many different ways of knowing. So here's just little pieces to think about how can we integrate Native stuff in a science curriculum.